everybody, and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, League Two. Of course, it is our Championship prediction show today, so we are going to do that first. So everyone in the chat, please get your predictions out for ready. And then after we've done the predictions, we will be talking about the first game week in League One and League Two. And what a team. I'm very impressed with who we've got today. I mean, Sam, I bet you're sick of me already this week. I came on the Premier League show and then you stuck with me on here. How are you?
I'm good. We're double podding, aren't we? We're double podding.
Yeah.
This is it. I felt, I hosted you, you're hosting me. This is it. It's only fair. Yeah, I'm emergency loaned in this evening. But I'm ready to go. It's lovely to come and join you all on a Thursday. So I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hoping after a few of these prediction shows, like it's all in good fun and good jest, isn't it? But after a few prediction shows, there's always an angry fan base, which I do admit. So just remember, everyone in the chat, it doesn't mean everything we say is right. It's just what we think. So please don't come at us.
To be fair, I think another podcast said the reality is 3 teams will go down. You won't think any of your teams will go down, but 3 will go down at the end of the season. That's just going to be a fact, and we have to put someone there. So yeah, it's not personal. It's
really not. I promise. And somebody else who's probably sick of me because they've double podded as well. Treaty, how are you and how's your week been? And excited to talk Bradford as well.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Shah. Double podding. Obviously, we did the Monday episode, which was incredible. Honestly, when everyone sees that, honestly, they will love it. And yeah, obviously excited to talk Bradford. Yeah, a lot of positives this week from me. Yeah.
Love that. It's always positive with you, though, isn't it? That's why we love you anyway, but this is why we love you so much. And how are you and how's life back in the EFL?
Yeah, you know what? I'm enjoying it. I'm taking it all in, really. Obviously, busy first week, 2 away games. I went to, I won't speak about it too much, but I went to the EFL preliminary on Tuesday, and Rebecca's Accrington Stanley got the better of us there. So I'm sure if she's listening and watching, she'll be happy with that one. But in terms of opening weekend, I'm very, very happy with the point we picked up, and I'll talk about it more as we progress in the podcast. Yeah, but a good first week back, definitely.
Love that. And of course, I've got our amazing people in the chat. This one really made me laugh. Please don't let the championship preview go on for 2 hours. I have to get up at 5 a.m. for work tomorrow. We're hoping not. I mean, the podcast might, because we've got to cover another 2 leagues as well after it, but I'm hoping the championship won't go on for 2 hours. And I apologise now in advance if it does.
It's a fair excuse if you're late, surely. I was watching one of the best podcasts that you could watch, and that's why I'm late for work. It's not unreasonable.
Exactly. You deserve a bank holiday for that. For watching our podcast. Sean has put Port Vale versus Cardiff is 0-0 after 26 minutes. Hi, team. Hope everyone is doing well despite struggles with Morecambe and Sheffield Wednesday. I know, such sad times. Obviously, we will get on to the troubles at Sheffield Wednesday, I'm sure, throughout this podcast. We have got Paul, evening all. Hopefully this will be a Charlton's. Yeah, Charlton back where they belong in the championship. Love that. I'm so happy as well because I feel like Graham has done this whole journey with us, hasn't it? Like since us starting the podcast, and it's been some dark days, and he's finally got the happiness. So yeah, I love that for Graham, and obviously all you other Charlton fans. And Nathan Jones loving. I mean, Claire's not on, so there should be some positive things to say. Claire doesn't have many positive things to say about Nathan Jones. Well, Paul, I suspect our name will be mentioned a lot for sure in the predictions. Oh, we'll see. I'm not giving any spoilers away. Yeah, Sean, I've been waiting all week for your match report. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Graham's loving the intro. That is all thanks to Sam's amazing work, everyone. So all the intros, everything, the templates for the graphics, Sam, the EFL, Premier League, graphic man.
It's exciting to share it because it's been stuck on my computer for ages, and it's kind of like, I want to share it. So I've got a Premier League one to do next week, so don't thank me yet.
And yeah, hi everyone. Hi Claire, hope you're okay. Don't worry about being missing. I know that you have got work to do. But yeah, hello to everybody. Hope you're all okay. We will get on with the predictions now. So I'm actually really gutted because I thought I could put one of yous under pressure with your predictions, but because I thought everyone were coming on tonight, it's actually Dan who we've got first. Oh, what a start as well. At least thingy. I'm actually gutted that we've got to deal with the Charlton fans now coming at us, but it's not our predictions, so please don't. So Dan's predictions for the EFL Championship for relegated teams are Oxford United, Preston North End, and Charlton Athletic. I mean, to be fair, with them shouts, Oxford United, I know I'm not going to go into it, but I know a few of us have got Oxford United. I feel like with them, they were actually one of my teams to get relegated, but we will come on to it a little bit later. I just feel like last season they had a really good start, didn't they? And they just struggled towards the end. And I don't know if it will be a little bit of second season syndrome in the Championship because there's obviously so many big teams coming into that league now. So I don't know. I'm going to ask you, Aaron, about Oxford. What do you think? Do you feel similar with Oxford?
I do get the sense of maybe they're a smaller fish in a big pond sort of thing, and it can, when you start so positively as you did last year, and then kind of just fall away, it can kind of take the wind out your sails. I mean, look, we're at the point in the season now where every football fan in the country has got renewed optimism. So anything could happen, they could have a bounce on the season. But I don't know whether the quality is there enough with Oxford as well, which is obviously an important thing. I think you're pretty bang on, Shah, to be honest.
Sam, I was just saying about obviously Oxford, and I don't know, for me, I feel like last season they had a very, very good start. But as the season went on, they did have the struggles, didn't they, Oxford? And I don't know if it'll be a little bit of second season syndrome in the Championship, especially with a lot of big clubs, obviously, being in there. It's very competitive and they don't have the resources that a lot of the other teams do.
Yeah, exactly. Potentially, it is a really, as you say, Sharp, really competitive league this year, and I think that is going to be the challenge for a lot of teams. I mean, I was finding the relegation ones were hard. The two I was fairly comfortable with. The third one was kind of, you're looking at a number of teams, and you've only got to look at how close that relegation fight went to the end of last season. There was 6 teams involved on the final day. It was absolutely insane, and Oxford are. They made the manager change and it did kind of work for them. And I think, they outperformed what everybody expected in that opening half of the season. And yes, they sort of dropped off a little bit. So I don't think it's unreasonable to kind of put their name in there, but they'll gain a lot from what they did last season. A lot of confidence, as a lot of people had them kind of written off. So, I think they'll fight. I think they'll survive, but I think they're in a better place now than they were when they came up. So, as you said, the finances are troubled. Challenging some of the teams that come up, and as I'm sure we'll talk about later, the problem is the quality of the teams that have come up from League One are very good.
Definitely.
And the last couple of seasons, the teams that have come up haven't gone straight back down either. This isn't a Championship Premier League thing. This is very much like they're coming up and competing. So that's part of the problem for them as well. But I can understand why Dan's gone for them.
Preston North End, we will get onto in a little bit because I know a few of us have gone for Preston in our predictions. Charlton Athletic, one that I really did want to talk about, because this comment, we expect everybody to pick Charlton and we are happy with that. Do you know what? Keep watching. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but keep watching. You might be very, very surprised. But Driti, obviously, Charlton Athletic, any thoughts on them? And do you think that they are capable of obviously putting up a fight to stay in a Championship? Because they are a very big club, aren't they, Charlton?
Yeah, I think it'll come down to probably the last few games of the season, and I think Charlton will be one of those teams that will put up a fight and get those points that they need to potentially stay up. I think obviously the Championship is very, very intense this year, and I think a lot of teams are very, very strong, but Charlton's one of those teams, like you said, that will put up a fight, and I think they've got that in them to do something well this season and just like show other teams what they're about.
I mean, I feel like they've recruited pretty well as well, Charlton. In the chat, Michael's mentioned Kelman, very good addition for them.
Yeah.
Very, very good addition. Simon, he thinks Charlton will be fine and will stay up. Any of you guys have any thoughts on Charlton? Aaron, Sam?
With Charlton, I think some of the signings are okay, but to fill the gap left by Clare, I've never really rated Nathan Jones, to be honest, to the extent maybe other people having other jobs, and I do sort of worry a little bit about the manager situation there. But yeah, we'll see.
What about you,
They
Sam?
were very
Nathan
solid last
Jones?
season, weren't they?
Yeah.
On Nathan, they were very solid last season, and I say they're coming up with that kind of number of clean sheets will give you that firm base. Nathan Jones, I'm from the Southampton neck of the woods, so he's not very popular down here, but I don't mind him because they have a pop at a manager or two over their time. So yeah, I mean a character. I think it's good. It gives us at podcasting something to talk about, something like that. So why not see how we can cut his teeth? But you still got to say Matty Godden there as well. Can he score at this level? And if they got that kind of solid base, then yeah, I think Charlton fans got the right to be optimistic. I think the questions they probably have all got is how they will adapt to the next level. I think, they believe in their team and there's a good feel and everything coming up, and it is just that kind of unknown, I suppose. But a lot of teams are going to be gelling. You look at the Championship, there's a lot of manager changes. There's a lot of teams doing a lot of new things, and Charlton, with the stability of the manager, the backline they've had, okay, maybe not that Championship experience, but the team's kind of set. It might do them well. So I think, they'll, like all promoted teams, be looking for a good start and then see what happens. Probably about 17, Paul, to be honest. It's been a few for them.
I'd love to know as well, because we do have quite a few Charlton fans in the chat. What are your thoughts on this season? And obviously your expectations as well. I'd be really intrigued to know. I know Graham has put, our board have been fantastic this summer, not seeing this level of spending in many years. But we will quickly move on. Oh, Simon has put, Godden won't score many at this level. That's why we let him go.
The only thing I'd say to that, though, possibly is that, like, obviously the expectations of Coventry are going to be different to Charlton. With no sort of Charlton aren't expecting to. Coventry want to get up to the Premier League, and therefore Godden probably isn't enough for that. So I can understand that from that perspective. But he might be enough to be a bottom half, keep you up. You don't know. So and players develop. So his year last year will do him wonders.
Oh, Paul, top 10. His expectations are. Fair enough. Claire has put Godden for player of the season then. This is true as well. We have Kelman, Tanto, Lieben. Yeah, that's to be fair, they're really good players. As I've said, I feel like they've kept a lot of good players, but they've also added some real good additions as well. You'll find out all my predictions anyway, everyone in the chat later. Graham has put, bless him, I'd be ecstatic with 21st, to be honest. Graham, Godden is out injured at the moment anyway. Claire has put Tanto. I know she did love Tanto. Everyone's going really quick at the minute on this chat. Thank you so much. Josh has put, their recruitment has been good, and players that they already had, like the centre-back duo, Gillespie and Lloyd Jones, were really impressive last season. Yeah, that's like I mentioned. Hello, Jen, as well. I did put your comment up, but I didn't actually say hi. I was waving, so hi. But next up, we have Sam. So, your relegated teams, Preston North End, Hull City and Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, I was looking at that going, why have I put 4? What a muppet. There's 4 lines there. 4 definitely won't get a 3. Yeah, my thinking with that, Sheffield Wednesday at the minute, I mean, it's horrendous. It kind of explains itself, the situation that's going on there, the owner. they're likely to get a points deduction. They've got barely any players. Danny Roll's gone. One of the stands has been shut as well, isn't it? The North Stand, I think. So that reduces their capacity too. It's just everything that could go against them in the at the start of the season is happening. And unless, something, we hope something positive happens for them, and because it's a massive worry for the club as a whole, but you can't really not have them there at the moment because it's just a basket case off the club. There's no players there in a competitive league, so that kind of answers that straight off the bat. Hull City, again, another one, bit of a chaos manic owner as well. Is it Jakirovic, I think, has come in there. Struggled again last season, just about kind of made it. A few of their big players have gone, and some of the big ones that they're getting back, people like Mo Baloumi, Liam, they've been out for a long time with knee injuries as well. They're relying on them to come back and hit it going. They've got a transfer embargo, haven't they? Because they didn't pay all the Louis Barry money. Because he's, that man deserves a lot of money, in terms of transfer fees. So that's what the problem is. This is why I do the graphics, Clay, see, because I can manipulate them.
This one made me laugh too, Sam.
Beyond enough, oh good God, I've not got. I'm probably a bit too old for that these days. But yeah, I mean, they've got Ollie McBurney's come in. They're going to be putting a lot on him, I think, to score and to hope for Hull to stay up. So I think it's really difficult for them. They just seem very chaotic. And yeah, how long Jakirovic will last with that owner who said, as Aaron says in the comment, he might well be gone by Christmas. Wouldn't be surprised. And Preston, to be honest, this is it. Use the tools that you have in front of you, Paul. And Preston, I struggled with this third one. I think it's really tough. I could see ways that Preston could do a lot better. But again, they just seem like they're on a kind of trajectory downwards in recent times. You think, they were very close. A couple more games last season and they probably would have gone. They absolutely slipped off the face of the earth in terms of their performance. So again, I think they could be one that are going to be struggling to do bits. They've lost a few key players like, Freddie Woodman, Emil Riss has gone to Bristol City. Lauren led some players that have been there for quite a while, but their signings are interesting. I think Daniel Jebberson in from Bournemouth is an interesting one. I think they've got Everson from Leicester as well. That's not a bad one. So signings wise, give me some hope that they could survive. But again, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see that relegation clash go similar to last season, and that last spot in particular could go all the way again.
I tell you what, right, Sam, I don't think we've ever had this much interest in a picture before. So if everyone's lucky in the chat, we will get our next competition. You will win a signed picture of Sam.
Of a cartoon picture of me rather than a regular picture of me.
Honestly, I don't think we've ever had that much interaction over a picture, so fair play.
Over a cheeky picture. Took that advantage while the tan was high.
Right, next up, we have Claire. So Claire, I don't know if you do want to justify any of yours because I know you are in the chat. So she has gone for Hull City, Oxford United and Sheffield Wednesday. Not much more, obviously, to touch on because we've covered a lot of these teams. So we will move on. But Claire, if you do want to have your say, please let me know. Everyone thinks you should go on Love Island, Sam. That's everything in the chat. She's put Hull. Do you know what, though? It's true. It's really, really sad, isn't it? Like, really sad what's happening at the moment. And yeah, Oxford. She doesn't fancy Oxford. Doesn't quite fancy him. We've got Luke as well. He's put, all right, everyone. Great to see everyone tonight in the chat. Hope everyone is well and roll on a season. I know. And of course, Luke actually said, it was like, why? We'll end up with Rochdale. This was before, every time we played Gateshead, it's always on a Tuesday, like a Tuesday night. But do you know what they've done this time? They've put it on a Wednesday night instead. So it still has to travel midweek. But they put it on a Wednesday night instead of a Tuesday night, just to prove him wrong. Funny. Johnny's in the chat. Hi, Johnny. Hope you're okay. Oh, I think we need one of them. Come on, Wednesday. Just to try and cheer them up, bless them, and give them the motivation. I feel like I need to meet that guy as well. He's my hero. So if anybody actually knows, this is legit. If anybody actually knows the guy who does the Come On Wednesday, please, 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 please get me and him in touch, because he's one of my heroes in life. It just cheers me up. Cheers me up. Hello, hope you're okay. Right, next up, who are you, Dreety? So you have gone again for Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford United, and Preston North End. Any reasons why you went for them?
I struggle, to be honest, with the Championship, because I think it's going to be like really tight this season, and I think everyone is going to beat everyone, and it's just going to be points taken off each other left, right and centre. So obviously Sheffield Wednesday, similar to what's been mentioned, obviously lost the manager, obviously everything that's going on. I just feel like I just feel really bad for them. I don't want them to go down. I do like them as a club, but I just have a feeling. Obviously Preston, similar reasons again. I just feel like they don't have that many standout signings, and it's just, I just don't think. Hello, Graham. I just don't think, like, I don't know, to be honest. I hope like these teams prove me wrong, to be honest. And then obviously Oxford, I think they have recruited somewhat well, but I just don't know. I really don't know this season, because I think like Sam said, it's going to come down to like the final few games, and then it's just going to be that last day of the season, and everyone's just fighting for survival.
No, I completely agree. I'm going to do something else as well. I did it on my non-league show the other day, but I feel really rude when you're talking, and I'm putting the comments over you, so I'm going to do it so it's with me. I did it as well on my non-league one, because I feel really, really rude when I'm putting people's comments up over you, so they can cover my ugly mug. Hello, Aled. Hope you're okay. Lucas put as well is put, ha ha ha, Shah. I wouldn't be at Rochdale on a Wednesday night. Need to pack my things. Oh no! So after all that, you're not even going?
Cancel your holiday. Come on.
Get in the chippy. Get in the
on.
chippy.
I know, it's been every other time, right? And then this one time it's on a Wednesday. That's why. It's used to his Tuesday routine, isn't it? I feel you. Just go into the chat. Aaron has put Sheffield Wednesday, Hull and Preston to go down. I think people are sleeping on Oxford. Gary Rowett is a class manager. That is true. Mm-hmm. I think they are a striker away from finishing in mid-table. Do you know what? That is a very good shout with Gary Rowett. Can't speak. It's because I'm so shocked Luke isn't going to the Dale game. I can see Stoke fighting relegation. Jay has put. Johnny has predicted my relegated teams are Hull, Sheffield Wednesday and Stoke. And Graham has put pleasantly surprised by the lack of us appearing. I know. I did say, but we've got a lot of graphics to go, Graham. Exactly, Jen. Thank you. Thank you. And what is a holiday? You can come on holiday to Rochdale, Luke. Why Tenerife?
Come and visit the Seven Sisters.
Exactly. Oh, funny. Just going through it. Tenerife, Armadale, exactly. Yeah, he prefers to Tuesday night. I knew it. Right, next up, we have you, Aaron. Oh, so, you've gone for a different one. Elaborate on QPR. So I'll just quickly read them. Your relegated team. So Aaron's predicted relegated teams are QPR, Oxford United, and Sheffield Wednesday.
So I'll start with QPR because obviously that's the difference one here. Some people will probably look at them and think they've had a strong window, but I'm a bit worried that they've not got a lot of experience in the signings that they've made. All of the signings are like early to mid-20s, and some of them are really good. I'm looking at like Dembele, players like that you know can spark up games. But I just think in the Championship you need experience, don't you? And I look at that QPR side and I struggle to see where it is at the minute. But look, I had this the other week with I can't even. I had a rogue shout on the League 2 and League 1 one anyway. I like my rogue shouts. I don't like to follow the crowd. Exactly. So we like to be different around here. So yeah, QPR are there just because I worry about the lack of experience in the squad and in the signings.
That's a really good point with her.
And yeah, the other two have been explained, I think. And unfortunately, one of them is down to, again, off the field issues, which breaks my heart every time. Like, it shouldn't come down to this, you know. Like, football clubs should be able to compete on the field and be sort of merited on their on-field performances, not just off it, you know. But yeah, and Oxford kind of just middle of the road. I just don't, like Claire said, I just don't really fancy them. I don't really have a reason to put them down here. I just think they might struggle. Small fish in a bigger pond type situation.
Just really quickly in the chat, Aled has mentioned his and put my three are Preston North End, Hull, and Wednesday. Oh, love it. Thank you so much, Jay, for that. I will be looking at that later because, like I said, he's my hero. Like, what a guy. Paula's foot will be visiting Loftus Road in a few weeks, hopefully bringing back the 3 points. David's just trying to sell Rochdale in the best possible way he can, if he can do that. But I don't think Luke's having any of it, bless him. So, next up, we have Rebecca. Graham's not going to be very happy.
Risking it. Just risking it.
So, Rebecca's predictions for her relegation teams are Oxford United, Charlton Athletic, and Sheffield Wednesday. I feel like we've mentioned a lot of those teams, so I will quickly go on to Jen's. One we've not mentioned on here. Jen, if you are in the chat, please tell us why. But she has gone for her relegated teams: Oxford United, Blackburn Rovers, and Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, Blackburn. What are we thinking about Blackburn?
Blackburn's interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, they were 90 minutes away from getting into the playoffs in what was effectively a very overachieving season last year. But they've had another summer again of players going. Nothing really kind of coming in, not spending any. God knows where that Sammy Smodic money's gone, because it definitely hasn't gone on transfers. That's for sure. And they're relying, I think, on the players that they had that came in last season. They've lost Andy Vyman. He came in on a free last year. He's gone. Danny Bath's gone, I think, as well. They're going to be relying on that Ahashi, isn't it, the striker? Tyrese Dolan's gone as well this summer, I think, as well.
Yeah, they have.
It's just, and they brought in kind of a few unknowns, which will depend how good the recruitment is. Now, I think Ishmael will do all right there, but I think they surprised everybody last year with how well they kind of did. Yeah. But it doesn't look a recipe for long-term success, and it shows, doesn't it? Because Eustace got out of there and he went to Derby. Derby have spent a fair bit and done bits, and Blackburn haven't, and it's kind of that's the long-term move why he wanted to do it. So, I agree with Jen. I think Blackburn are going to be going in the wrong direction this season, but they need to do some transfer business. But they don't seem to be a very good side at getting the contracts done either. Because Dolan left on a free. They seemed a lot of players leave on a free, and I think is it Tronstad? I saw today Tronstad, Travis, and someone else have only got a year left, and doesn't look like they're going to. So next summer they'll be losing them, and that's like the core of their team again. So it seems like it's a short-term cycle issue thing at Blackburn, and then again the finances are holding them back. And we know that when things go wrong, then their ownership come under a lot of threat as well, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of people, to be fair, agreeing in the chat, and I completely agree. It's a great shout, and I just feel like at the moment, and I'm pretty sure as well, it's still the same owners, isn't it?
Is it the Venkies?
The Venkies, yeah. I'm glad you said it, because I nearly turned around and said something completely different.
I don't know why my head, when I think of them instead of the chickens, I always think Wenger boys.
That's what I was like. And then I was like,
the Venky bus is coming. The chickens are thumping.
Get some on the way
Oh, funny. Simon has put that Schmodic's money, sorry about spelling, has been spent on more chickens, to be honest. Yeah, probably. But thank you, boys. Yes.
Yeah.
They should do a tribute act. Half-time tribute act.
Might get them some finances for some transfer.
Oh, imagine. Oh, love it. Have the Venkies lost interest? I'm pretty sure we covered this a few weeks back, and I'm pretty sure it was Dan who was talking about it, and he mentioned certain things and even the same questions where it feels like they are maybe losing interest. And you find that, to be fair, with a lot of owners, don't you? Especially at the moment. It's actually really sad to see.
I think it is, isn't it? Because they get this kind of this dream scenario, owning a football club, novelty, it's going somewhere, and then they sort of realise we're not going to get to where I think they all think it's only going to go one way, don't they? And when it gets tough, then you see a lack of interest, you see making things difficult, and that's where it all starts to, and as we've said a million times, that's where the fit and proper owner test doesn't work. And that's where, the interest of an owner is always going to be your threat. So you're only as good as your owner, it seems, at the minute, which is really sad, because it used to be about really your manager and your players, didn't it? But most of the time now it's what's going on behind the scenes.
This made me laugh as well. Paul has put Dan for an unbiased view on Blackburn. Do you know what? To be fair, it was actually it was quite interesting, and it was quite nice about it, to be fair. And I think he mentioned, despite obviously the rivalry, he wouldn't want anything to obviously happen to them, which is very good of him. But yeah, the thank you boys, and come on Wednesday. Oh, they should imagine that. Imagine Blackburn Rovers versus Sheffield Wednesday, and that as a half-time collaboration. I mean, that could go as Christmas #1. I would vote for that.
Could be the Championship Christmas jingle. You see, they could be the dream.
I feel like we're on to something here. If that happens, we need a cut of it, because I feel like we have just gave them that idea. Sorry, everyone. This is how my brain works. I do apologise, but you are probably used to me now. Graham has put, they deserve relegation for the way they treated their women's team. That is completely true. Like, I'm pretty sure Freya and Paul and the team have spoke about that on the podcast. But yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Yes, this is also true.
Yeah,
we had the same problem. Yeah. Just going back into the chat, I had a couple that I was going to say, but anyway, yes, we do need to copyright ideas. This is why I need you all. Timestamp where I said it, so I can get it all done. But in the chat we have Aled. He's put, Blackburn is a good shout, but I feel Watford aren't safe either. That is true, especially considering that they sack a lot of managers, don't they, Watford? And David has put, yes, they are. We have just spoke about that. But moving on, who's next? So, Anne, teams that we have already covered. So he's gone for Ipswich United, Preston North End, and Sheffield Wednesday. Jen has put, I just feel like Blackburn are going to struggle, especially with everything off-field issues as well. Completely agree, Jen. They were in one of mine. You know, when you have those teams where you think they're definitely go down, and then you're humming and hawing, who's gonna be that next team who do? They were actually one of mine, but I didn't. As you can see, I didn't pick them. So I have gone for relegated teams: Ipswich United, Hull City, and Sheffield Wednesday. All the reasons we have covered. I mentioned about Hull. I mentioned about obviously Oxford before, and I just feel it could be a little bit of second season syndrome. But I do agree their manager is very, very, very good. Hull City, they've obviously got struggles going on. I know they have got a couple of loan players that I think are quite good and will do well for them, but obviously they are under the embargo still and the stuff going on off field. And Sheffield Wednesday, for the reasons we have already covered, unfortunately. But I'm hoping it all does get resolved, as I am for Morecambe too.
I don't know about anyone else, but it makes me feel such a sense of calm when like we all have similar sort of teams, even because we don't know each other. I'm like, okay, I'm all right here. You know what I mean? I'm all right.
You know, you'd have been in trouble if you looked at your relegate and think, I've got two of them in the top three.
Yeah. To be fair, though, last season, like I always say, I had both Truro and Luton I had Truro to get relegated. They got promoted, and I had Luton to win the championship, and they got relegated. So take my predictions with a pinch of salt, everybody, because I am useless. Graham is happy, though. I did tell you, all these Charlton fans thought we were coming at them, and we're not. We're not. another Love Island contender there. Is that me? I don't think I am. Is that it's me? No. Definitely not. So, Dan's predictions for his playoff teams. He has gone for Southampton, Birmingham City, Leicester City, and Coventry City. So, Southampton, I will come to you, Sam. Southampton, what are your thoughts on them this season? Because I know you are the closest to them.
I am, and there's a feeling of optimism just because they feel they're not going to get battered every week. So I think there's just kind of this sense of they're just happy to go and watch some football where they might actually participate in the game. I think is probably the first thing they're thinking about. To be honest, they've kept a fair portion of the squad, and the ones that they've managed to move on, they've managed to move on for decent fees. I think Suleimana's gone for like 15 million somehow. They've got Onuachu, and there's still, at the moment, they've still got Mateus Fernandes and Tyler Diblin. Now, Diblin's being linked a lot. If Mateus Fernandes stays, he'll be the best player in the Championship because, you know, he was by far their best player last season. But I do think he may well go as well. So Southampton's going to be a question of if they do, they'll end up with a lot of money. So you could see a lot of late business from Southampton. They've got Adam Armstrong. He's proven at this level. Cameron Archer up front as danger too. Kyle Walker-Peters has gone to West Ham, so that's a bit of a miss. They brought in a young striker from America, Downs, I think. Not a lot's known about him. And I think a young German centre-back too. But the feeling is that there's a lot of funds in there to do what they need. Will Steele's a new interesting manager. I think that's going to be really interesting how that one takes. But they have a strong squad, and they've kind of been planning for this for a while because they were relegated by week 2 of the Premier League last year. So it's been they've had a lot of preparation, no doubt. But yeah, I think with Southampton, I wouldn't judge them so much on the squad now because they will do some business. Remember last time they went up, I remember watching them on I think they had the first game. I think it was them versus, I want to say Sheffield Wednesday or somebody. I can't remember. But and their team completely changed by the time you got to week 4 or 5 because of the massive change in transfer. People poking their players that were too good for kind of the Championship, and then they stabilised. And so it might be a slow, stuttery start, but I'd expect Southampton fans are expecting that they should be challenging. And they're looking forward to football, to watching football again with a chance that Southampton might pick some points up on the odd week.
What I'm going to do is leave Dan's teams there for now, and we'll go into the next one because I know a lot of us do have some teams in there, so I don't want to just concentrate on Dan's predictions. I'll let you all justify your own as well. So, Sam, your playoff predictions. Yeah, your playoff predictions. You've gone for Birmingham City, Coventry City, Leicester City, and Sheffield United. Talk to us.
I have. So my thought process here, and it's not in any order. So it's not saying Birmingham finished 3rd. It's just alphabetical in the end. That's how I went for. For me, Coventry. I want to speak about Coventry because I think Coventry are a side that have a really good. We saw it last season. Lampard came in and then they had a really good run. Coventry just need to start. They need to have a season where it's consistent. The quality's there and the ability's there is that consistency. We always kind of see this late rise, and it would be if Coventry can have a start. And I think they've kept a lot of that squad together last year. Rodoni was brilliant. I think he was like the 3rd highest midfielder in terms of goals and assist outputs. He'll be central to what they're doing. So I don't want to sort of nick because I'll give Aaron credit for this. He was talking about Hayden Hessler off the pod. Mm-hmm. Great addition that they brought in there and kept a lot of that team together. So I'm comfortable. I think Coventry will be there. Leicester, we just don't know points deduction, etc. At the moment, that squad's together. They've got a few players. Is it Fatowu? I think is still there. I think he'll be really good at this level. They've got to replace Jamie Vardy. That's kind of, they've not really got much in the striker department yet. Expect to see some stuff happen there yet. I'll have to change the picture next week and I'll just sort of like grey it down a little bit. Sheffield United are always there, aren't they? I mean, it's just kind of last season again, I'm looking at teams that have kept their squads together that competed fairly well, I think, to give the consistency that you believe could do the job. And Sheffield United is still one for me where they've still got players that, reached 92 points, didn't they, last year? It was just in another season that would have been enough. And Birmingham, I think Birmingham are my kind of surprise throw-up pick as a team that have come up, a lot of money, doing a lot of bits. Who knows, to be honest, how they're going to adjust coming back to the level. But I just thought it'd be fun. Why not? Let's chuck Birmingham in there and see what they can do. Can Stansfield score at this level? That'll be the big thing. Can he score consistently? If he can, then I think they've got a shot of being top 6.
I just wanted to obviously point his comment again really quickly. Luke, if you came to Rochdale instead of Tenerife, you'd get a great tan. I mean, look at mine.
It's where I went. It's where I went, Luke. I fell in the fryer at the Chippy. That's where I went.
Exactly. Sam, the absolute tan. I like that one. I like it. Everyone's obsessed. Nobody predicted Charlton to do an Ipswich, and keep watching and you will see. But just really, really quickly go into the chat before we move on. Aled has put, my playoff teams are Southampton, Sheffield United, Coventry and Millwall. And he has also put with Coventry as his playoff winner. Johnny, if I can get to your comment, my mouse will playing up then. Playoffs for me is Birmingham, Coventry, Southampton, and Sheffield United. Oh. Aaron has put my playoff teams are Leicester, Coventry, Birmingham, and Ipswich. And then Simon, obviously, he's our Coventry fan. He has put, I think I'm getting hiccups, by the way, so I do apologise, everyone. We made the playoffs last season despite such a bad start. So I definitely reckon we can get 4th or 5th place with Super Frankie Lampard in charge from the start of this season. Paul has put his Leicester, Coventry, Blues, Norwich for my dark horses. Oh, I like it. Rushworth, the goalkeeper, will win us a lot more points than our other goalkeepers would. I'm having a mare, honestly.
They have had that has been a big problem for Coventry, isn't it? It's been the keeper. I know Dovin did okay at points last season, but I think if Rushworth does fill that gap, I think Simon's right. That could be a huge plus for him.
Graham has put maybe Vardy will go back to Leicester, much like Dominic. I don't think Calvert-Lewin's going back to Everton. I was saying this before.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if. Hear me out, because this isn't what I'm hoping for. I don't want to talk Premier League too much. I wouldn't be surprised if Man United picked him up late and went, you know what, as a backup striker, Hoyland's off, we'll have him and we'll take him as a cheap sort of backup. I wouldn't be surprised now if that kind of come off.
Yeah, my theory is as well, like I said, I don't think it's Premier League. It's not Premier League at the moment. But after all the heartbreak with Newcastle and not getting the targets, they'll end up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
I don't reckon they'll even go of him. They'll go in for him, and then just for a laugh, Man United will be like, "Nah, we'll take him."
Did you see that picture going on? Sorry, did you see that picture going on today of Deck from Ant and Deck with a Manchester United? Who was called Deck?
I saw that. I was killing myself as well earlier because they were linked with Nicholas Jackson, and then 25 minutes later, Fabrizio Romano said Bayern Munich are interested in Nicholas Jackson. I was like, oh, brilliant.
Bless her. Aled has put, didn't place Leicester as they could get a 9 points deduction. That's why I didn't as well. I weren't really sure of the situation. And this did make me laugh. Did you go to Rochdale for a tan like that? I'm cancelling my holidays to Tenerife.
There you go. You'll get a tan like that at Rochdale Gateshead on a Wednesday night, undoubtedly.
Exactly.
In
Under
the
the
rain.
floodlight. Yeah. The floodlight works very, very well. It's where I've got mine from. I'm joking. I genuinely look like I've sunbathed under the moon. I'm that white. Moon bathed. It's true, isn't it? Claire's predictions. Her playoff teams are Coventry City, Norwich City, Sheffield United, and Birmingham City. I mean, I'm not gonna let you talk Norwich because, spoiler alert, I've actually had them in mind, so I'll get onto them a little bit later. Sheffield United, though, we've not spoke about them so much, have we? What do we think of them this season? Because obviously Ruben Sellers is there now, isn't he? They did part ways with Chris Wilder. A certain Louis Barry has gone there as well. I thought I'd mention it because Claire's on the screen. Do we reckon they're strong enough this season for obviously playoffs?
I think,
Go on, Aaron.
obviously, without giving my prediction away, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right because I think, like you say, Louis Barry I think it's about time he got the sort of platform and the sort of step to showcase his talent, and this, I think he'll really shine. I also think Tyler Binden from Notts Forest on loan as well is a superb signing. And they just, I know we don't base it off like massive historical teams, but Sheffield United are a massive team, aren't they? Like they always just find a way. You know what I mean? It was last year with Wilder being the Sheffield boy, and the way it ended there was a little bit of a gut punch to the supporters. But look, I think Sellers is a good manager, me, and I think they'll be just fine. Yeah,
I like him. I agree with this as well. He did a wonderful job at Reading, and he was harshly treated by Hull. I agree with that. Louis Barry. There you go, Claire. Claire looks so much better in reality. Everyone's judging the graphics. I mean, come on.
This is outrageous, isn't it?
Chill out, everyone. Oh, do you know what? We'll cartoonify you guys.
Yeah.
You can be the cast of Love Island with us. You can be Team Casa Amor. We'll be the OGs. You can be Team Casa. Hashtag Casa cartoons. So, Dreety's predictions, playoff teams. You have gone for Birmingham City, Sheffield United, Leicester City, and Coventry City. Any reasons for them?
I think me and Sam have got the same ones, haven't we? So great minds think alike. There we go.
This is it. Yeah.
Sorry,
Dreety, I copied your homework.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I think similar to what's been mentioned already. Obviously, like we don't know what to expect of Birmingham. I think they will be strong this season. Obviously, Jay Stansfield, when we played them last season in the cup, he was quite strong. So I think he could help them out massively this season. Obviously, Sheffield United, obviously, as mentioned, they've got a lot of quality in their squad. I won't be surprised if they're up there this season. Same as Coventry, I've actually put them as like one to watch type of thing, because I feel like they might surprise a few people this season. And then Leicester, obviously, with the points deduction, we don't know for certain, but I think if it doesn't happen, or if it's like least amount of points, I think they will be up there for sure. I think they've got a really strong team. Obviously, a lot of their players have gone. Obviously, Connor Cody's gone to Wrexham now. Obviously, no Jamie Vardy, no Danny Ward. So I think that may hinder them because obviously experience, but then it depends who else they bring in. So yeah, that was my reasons.
Very, very good reasons as well. And just quickly, I know we did mention Wrexham. So far, none of us have mentioned Wrexham, but I just wanted to say some of the signings, and I feel like if we had done these predictions just a little bit later, I think some of us may have obviously put Wrexham in ours because I think they have signed some very, very good players over the last few days. I mean, as well, just on Sheffield United and them losing Kiefer Moore. I think what people were saying is they didn't really think he fit the way Sellers played and the system that he played there. But yeah, honestly, Wrexham, very good signing. So I'm a little bit gutted. I was that eager to get my own predictions done because I reckon they will obviously be in the conversations. They'll have a good season anyway. Johnny, I love this pod. Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Johnny.
Oh, bless him. Thank you so much to that. I really, really appreciate it. Right, next. Aaron, so you have gone for Norwich, Leicester, Birmingham, and West Brom. I like it. I was torn between West Brom, to be fair.
So a few of these, the thing is now with the Leicester maybe potential points deduction, my thoughts might change now on that. However, I think with Norwich and West Brom, I just think of like teams that I always say the Championship and the Premier League should have like a middle league for the teams that are too good for the Championship but not good enough for the Prem. They should put them all in like one league and let them battle out in like the middle league. And that's where I feel like I am with some of these teams. And I just think it's been a couple of maybe a little bit underwhelming seasons for Norwich, and yeah, I just fancy them to like be up and around it again. Like people have said, Birmingham obviously got the firepower, got some really, really good signings. Stansfield, I think, will have a strong season again. Leicester, I think, is all dependent on the points deduction, really. But like, I expect them to be up there. And West Brom, you know what? I actually rate Mason as a really, really young, talented like English coach. I think if you give, this is the thing, isn't it? I think he's going to be an appointment where it needs time, and whether football managers get time or not now is another discussion for another day, isn't it? But if you give him time, I think he'll put his philosophy across really well and play some really good football. So yeah, I think that's kind of the reasonings for my 4 there. Yeah.
I love your reasons. This is your opinion, Simon. You don't know facts. You never know. Come on. Who knows? We've got injuries. Like, someone might make a statement signing. You just don't know.
The injury, Charlotte, that's a really good point, because that is like the thing with predictions that completely derails. Like, and that West Brom pick that Aaron's got there, like, last season, Josh Madger was on fire, like start after the season, and got injured, and it can absolutely one injury and your predictions like shafted or your whole season. Particularly if they're central to their tactical system, isn't it? It's a nightmare.
Actually, with the West Brom shout, I actually think there's an argument to say that they've strengthened defensively, especially with the signing of Nat Phillips from Liverpool. I think that's a really, really solid signing for the level. He's got Champions League experience. You know what I mean? It's I think it's a really, really good signing, and I think the best teams that set themselves up well can build from the back, and maybe that's what Mason's looking to do with West Brom. So yeah.
Also, Simon, don't get sassy. Just pointing it out. I can get sassier. Just letting you know. No, honestly, it does drive me round. It does drive me round a twist sometimes, because I just think, right, it's a prediction show. None of us know what is truly going to happen. Like, genuinely, like, let's ask everybody in the chat now. When Leicester won the Premier League, did any of you have Leicester down to win the Premier League? Did any of you have Crystal Palace to obviously win the cup this year? Did anybody have Ryan Reynolds taking over Wrexham like a few years ago? Did anybody predict that? Like,
did anybody predict Snoop Dogg coming in at Swansea over the summer?
And Luka Modric has got some sort of shares in it as well. So
yes, yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen.
I think it's important to preface as well, like, if we all had the same opinions, football as a sport would be so boring. Exactly. The whole point of football is that you follow different teams for different reasons. Different teams provoke different emotions from you, don't they, and stuff like that. And I just think, like, it's predictions, isn't it? Like, we're not Mystic Megs. We don't get paid to to do these predictions. We're just having fun with it, aren't we?
Exactly. Mic drop moment there, Aaron. I love it. I know. I'm sorry, Graham. I'm sorry. I just think I was saying it off air as well. We feel like we're going to upset someone at some point, but it's nothing personal. It's our predictions, and if I've got you in relegation and all this, I'd take it with a pinch of salt, because I'm awful at predictions.
Yeah.
So Rebecca's predictions for this season, she has gone for her playoff teams: Southampton, Leicester City, Blackburn Rovers, and Coventry City. This is why I love doing them as well, because obviously Jen had Blackburn Rovers down as one of her relegation teams. Rebecca's gone for him as a playoff team, and something similar last week, obviously with Peterborough. I had them to struggle in League One. Aaron had them for one of his playoff teams. So, yeah, I do really like people's opinions. I know, and Jen said she'd been crying on Monday if she took it personally. So, that is true. Speaking of Jen, her predictions for the playoff teams are Southampton, Coventry City, Leicester City, and Birmingham City. A lot of teams that have already been mentioned. We've got a new one here. So, Ant, his playoff predictions are Birmingham City, Sheffield United, Swansea City, and Leicester City. I mean, Swansea.
Snoop anti-ant. It's gone for a bit of bit of Swansea. Yeah, I mean, I think Sheehan did a brilliant job at the end of last season, and then they seem to be really high on him as a manager. It'd be interesting to see what they've done over the summer, and almost trying to change what the club's kind of all about, I suppose, a little bit back to what people remember Swansea to be. Because to be honest, they were a bit turgid under Williams at times. Like, it wasn't that exciting. They obviously lost Matt Grimes to Coventry in January, which was a massive blow to them, and kind of feel they need to reset. So I've got to be honest, they weren't in my kind of, I've not seen that they've done. Ant's obviously found, got something to sort of reasonably thinks, and maybe it is Sheehan. I don't know. We're speaking for him, but yeah, I mean, I like Swansea as a team. I'd like to see them doing better. I mean, I loved that Swansea team a few years ago that used to play with such a good team to watch. I wish they can go back to that, and it kind of resets them. And then who knows? There's always a surprise. So, why not? As we said, it's Ant's prediction, and he's welcome to have it.
Whenever I think of Swansea, I just always think of that League Cup team. The unbelievable. I mean, Michu goes down as one of the greatest one-season wonders the Premier League's ever seen, right? And that all comes from Swansea. So yeah, so yeah.
Do you know what though? He was great in Fantasy Premier League because he was so cheap. It was so cheap, but it got you so many points.
Yeah,
it was so good. That season of that Swansea team, I used to play on the old FIFA games or whatever. Because when you do the online matches, they match you up against the teams, and everyone would go like Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, but they were like 4 stars, and they were just epic because you had Wilfred Bonny up front, Nathan Dyer, and Wayne Routledge with pace down the wings, and Ashley Williams at centre back, Angel Rangel right back. Ashley Williams from for corners. They had everything.
Leroy Fair.
Leroy Fair, yeah. Carl Norton as well, the right back? He was sort of on the defence.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Spanish guy they had. They had a Spanish centre back as well, didn't they?
Oh, Flores.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah.
Flores, yes.
You can tell I've played a lot of FIFA in my life, guys.
This made me laugh. So Isaac's just come in. We are Millwall, Super Millwall. No one likes us. And then Graham's put, you let the Millwall fan in. Aaron has put Aaron, giving Treaty flashbacks of a Bradford League Cup run.
Don't want to think about that. Losing 5-0 at Wembley. Thank you, Aaron, for that. No, it's fine. Don't worry.
We're still friends, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, my predictions of the playoff teams, I've gone for Birmingham City, Coventry City. Simon, if you're still in the chat, let's be friends again. Southampton and Norwich City. I did want to speak a bit about Norwich because I feel like they have done really, really well with recruitment-wise this summer, and I feel like it is going down. It's going a bit under the radar at the minute. I cannot say his name for the life of me, but they have just signed this Danish striker, and I feel like from what I've heard that he's quite a good player. I've seen videos of him as well.
I think it's Kvistgarden, Charles. I'll have a go at it for you. Matthias Kvistgarden.
I thought I'm going to end up butchering it anyway, but with my northern accent, I'm going to definitely say something completely random. But yeah, I feel like that's a really, really good signing. We've obviously got Schlupp as well, who we know very well from Premier League, and obviously he's got a lot of experience. It's not because my favourite colour is yellow as well, I promise. And Louis Moulton has gone there, so it's not because of any of them reasons. I just feel like the signings that they have made are very, very fitting and perfect for the style of football that Norwich like to play. Very attacking. Obviously, the tactical identity. It's just really fitting with some of these signings that they have made. And I feel like with Norwich, they have been a little bit underwhelming in recent seasons. I don't know if it's because the last few years, we've always kind of expected that yo-yo where they go down, come back up to the Premier League, and it's like a reoccurring thing, a little bit similar to what Aaron said before, where we need that division between the Championship and the Premier League for both teams. So I don't know if it's me just kind of thinking they've been underwhelming because I'm so used to them progressing and then going back to the Premier League. But I just feel like with Norwich, they are going under the radar at the moment, and they are one of them teams where I don't think people have really spoke about them or looked at them. But when you do have a proper look, honestly do it. They have made some really, really good signings this summer.
It's a real squad reset, isn't it? Because they've got, let's say, Liam Manning coming in, and the other name as well that I thought, Harry Darling at centre back as well. And so I think that's a good pickup, because their issue last season was the defence, wasn't it? Attack, they were phenomenal, but they gave away so many leads, and in the amount of times that they went ahead in games. And I think they've invested, because Boyer Science has already gone, hasn't he? Jonathan Rose gone as well. And I think I saw in the chat there, if Josh Sargent is still a question mark whether he'll stay, but he said that the players they brought in, if they can hit the ground running, I mean, that Danish guy, he's an international. You know, he's played for the international side. He's got a great record at under 21 record as well. I think he's got 23 goals last season. I think they've done some good business, and I do think Liam Manning will make them a bit more pragmatic as well. They were a little bit too gung ho. Was it Thorup, wasn't it? Was Mad Boss last year. Yeah, and they were. I mean, they were exciting to watch because but it wasn't conducive to points, was it?
I'm just looking at the chat now, and there's like a little bit going on between the Charlton fans and the Millwall fans. So I'm just going to let them deal with it in the chat.
This is it. Started. It's not even. We've not even kicked the ball yet.
So Dan's predictions. He has gone for his playoff winner, Leicester City, and he has gone for Sheffield United as his automatic promotion choice. Sam, you have gone for, in your predictions, playoff winner Birmingham City, an automatic promotion Southampton.
Yeah, I can't remember what I put, to be honest. Southampton, yeah, because I'll get.
You put that. I think you've got me doubting now.
No, I'm sure. I definitely automatic promotion at Southampton. Yeah, I'll get lynched if I don't have them going up, so I have to put them there. And said Birmingham, why not? Playoffs are crazy anyway. Once everyone's in the playoffs, who knows what's going to happen? So if Birmingham could get into the playoffs, then you can only imagine there's a bit of a wave to ride. So why not?
Have any of you watched any of the Birmingham documentary? What's just come out?
I haven't yet. No.
Can you swear on this podcast? I always forget. Because I have watched it, right, and I get it. He's a massive star, right? But does anyone not think that Tom Brady comes across as a bit of a pillock? There you go. I've changed it down to the word
PG'd it.
Like he just. I don't know, the way he was speaking about some of the other teams in the league, I was just like, get a little bit of respect for like the league that you're in, you know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, a very, very good watch. But that was just something I needed to get off my chest.
And if Tom Brady is watching, don't worry, when you come on for your special interview, we'll make sure Aaron's not on. I'm joking. I'm joking. It'd be good though if he did come on. If anybody knows him and wants to get him on here, we'll talk to him properly. Never mind a documentary. Johnny has gone for playoffs Birmingham and second Leicester. To be fair, I know a lot of people are talking about Leicester and the points deduction, but I do feel like Leicester are a side that have a lot of quality, and even with the points deduction as we saw last season for Sheffield United, they could still probably get playoffs, couldn't they, with the quality that they do have?
easily could, because we don't know what the deduction is going to be, do we? And we say
Exactly.
like, if it's small, then it's easily, and Leicester are always there. Let's be honest. Leicester, every time they've been in the Championship, been a problem. So I doubt that the points deduction is going to be enough to keep them too far away from it.
I just wanted to say as well, we have got someone in the chat. Hi there, what's all this about? We are actually doing our EFL Championship predictions for the new season coming up, and we are covering League One and League Two's weekend results. If you do want to stay with us, that'd be great. I'm not going to bring up. I will actually. That is Claire's thoughts on Tom Brady.
Again, at least I'm not the only one.
And speaking of Claire, her predictions for playoff winner, she has gone for Coventry City, an automatic promotion. She has gone for Southampton. Drita, your playoff winner, you've gone for Coventry City, an automatic promotion. You've also gone for Southampton.
Yeah. I think similar to what I said earlier about Coventry, I think for me personally, I think there will be a surprise package this season, and I think they've got enough to build on, and I'd like to see Coventry do well. I don't mind them as a club. And then obviously Southampton, I just feel like obviously get relegated from the Premier League last season. I feel like they're going to be one of those teams that are going to be quite strong and know what they need to do to get promoted again. So I just feel like they'll do it. I have a feeling they'll do it.
Just quickly go into the chat as well. David has put my three: Southampton, Coventry, and Sheffield United. Sean has gone for Leicester as champs, Birmingham Autos, Norwich playoff winners against Southampton. Oh, nice. We have got Simon went off Birmingham when they did that bad team talk at Wembley for the documentary. Graham has put Ipswich as champions is the smart choice. I think everyone sussed us out. Alad has put got Millwall in our first 5 games. You might see Isaac. So, Aaron's predictions for your playoff winner, you have gone for West Bromwich Albion. West Brom. I can't say it. West Brom. Oh, honestly, I don't know what's going on with me tonight. I think I'm tired. I need sleep. An automatic promotion. You've gone for Coventry City.
Yeah. So West Brom. I think I touched upon it before. I really like Mason as a young coach, and I think it'd be nice to see a young coach cut his teeth and do well. That's English, because we always say about the pathway for English coaches, and I think maybe he could be the one to sort of put that sort of right. And then with Cov, like I said, Kane, Kessler, Hayden, but even the signing of Carl Rushworth, the goalkeeper, that is a ridiculous signing at the level. And I think Frank's got them really settled now, and I fancy them. I really do fancy them. So yeah.
Love that. I actually miss West Brom being in the Premier League. I remember when they used to be in there, when I used to collect football stickers. There was one team that I used to always get the whole of West Brom. Like you can get some and you can never fill your football stickers and the whole team. Yeah. West Brom, I could do over and over again, and my swaps were just full of West Brom players.
I remember they were Sir Alex Ferguson's last game for Man United. It was a 5-5 draw on the last day of the season, of one of the most bonkers fixtures you'll ever see.
Right, Rebecca's predictions. A lot of similar teams. So she has gone for, as the playoff winners, Leicester City and then Birmingham City for automatic promotion. Jen's predictions, she has gone for Southampton as a playoff winner. An automatic promotion, she has gone for Ipswich Town. Do you know what? We're going to leave talking about Ipswich for now, as people in the chat may have noticed.
Yeah, they haven't appeared yet for a reason.
For a reason, yeah. We will leave it at that just for a moment. And he has gone for his playoff winner, Birmingham City, and an automatic promotion, Southampton. So a lot of people going for Birmingham. Ooh. And then me, My playoff winner, I've actually gone for Norwich. Sorry, Simon. And automatic promotion, Sheffield United. You'll be happy, Johnny. But yeah, I just feel like with Sheffield United, I know they've obviously had that change in manager and they did have Wilder last season. But I just feel like Ruben Sellers, like it was mentioned before in the chat, I feel like he's a very, very good manager. It was really good at Reading, and I feel like it's been very good, but found himself under pressure both at Reading and Hull. So I'll be really happy, and I'm really intrigued to see what he can do at a club like Sheffield United now. I know it is obviously going to be a lot of pressure, but I'm excited. I really do like Ruben Sellers, and I like the way he obviously sets up his team and plays football. But yeah, oh no, maybe not. Damn! If only I knew. If only I knew. But I still went for you, Johnny. In the chat as well, Ipswich champions, Southampton Autos, and Birmingham playoff winners. Everyone's going for Birmingham. I'm actually really, really intrigued for this season and to see Birmingham. So yeah, champions. So Dan has gone for Ipswich Town. Sam, you have gone for Ipswich Town. Should we go through them all first and then we'll talk about them? Oh, my Siri's going off. Claire has gone for Ipswich Town as her champions too. Druty has gone for Ipswich Town. Oh, Aaron, we'll come to you first.
I feel like I'm getting stitched up tonight. It seems like every like time we've got a pattern, I'm the one to break it. But no, I just feel, I don't know. I feel like I said before, some of the signings, Barry and Binden, are great for this level, and I can't see them being too far away. I know, they had the playoff final heartbreak last year, and some people can say that can kind of give you a bit of a scar, can't it? A bit of a hangover, but I can't see it with Sheffield United. I just think they're a massive club, and I think they probably, I just think the sort of fan base and the signings and the pull will kind of take them over the line, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just letting you know as well, if anybody obviously... 1 minute. Ipswich Town, Rebecca's gone for. But yeah, if anybody knows Ben's graphics, like last week, she put Ipswich Town before, so she has actually agreed with you as well, Aaron.
Nice.
I bet Johnny's buzzing in the chat. I bet he's absolutely buzzing. Ant has also gone for his champions, Ipswich Town. And I have obviously gone for the same, Ipswich Town. So there's a lot of pressure on Ipswich. Drita, I'll come to you first. Why Ipswich Town?
I think obviously Kieran McKenna is an incredible manager. Like we can all say that. I think he's probably the best manager in the division. Obviously signed Ashley Young, didn't he, this summer? So that's going to help them massively in terms of the experience that he has. Obviously Liam Delap has left, but I feel like they've got enough in the squad to bounce back. And I think obviously Kieran McKenna knows what it takes. I feel like he'll have somewhat of an idea of how to get them back to where obviously the Premier League. And it was nice seeing them in the Premier League last season. So I won't mind seeing them again, to be fair.
Just in the chat as well, SD92. I don't know your name, sorry. So we'll call you SD92. Ipswich to win the league for me. Too much quality in that team. Will probably get over 100 points, then down with less than 30. Do we think Ipswich do have the quality to get 100 points or more than that, Sam?
I think there's the possibility that they could. I mean, it's not. I think because we've seen teams do it in the past, it's kind of seen that's kind of been the barometer in some of the past seasons. But look, they've got a phenomenal squad. There's no doubt they kept that team together really well from coming down from the Premier League. They're in a much better position than they were when they last got promoted. You know, that kind of came as a bit of a surprise. Got players like Schmodic in there. I know Sam Morsey's gone, the captain's gone, but they brought in someone that they reckon is an absolute battering ram from France, who's like one of the top dual winners in the French league. So they've got a destroyer in there as well. Amari Hutchinson's probably going. You know, they were still battling out with Brentford and Nottingham Forest over the fee and a few bits. So, but again, they're wanting a replacement in before that happens. But you just look at the rest of that team, the squad, and George Hurst is there. I know Liam Delap's gone. But I like the fact they've kept with McKenna, and it was almost like they went, you know what I mean? We're going to go down. They knew what they were up against, and they didn't do and sort of chuck panic and let's try everything we can to stay up. It was kind of they recognised and respected the job that he did, and I think will bode them well now coming straight back down. Is that they have that solidified. They're in the best position out of the three promoted sides at this moment in time, no doubt about it.
And I guess we're forgetting that according to the squad numbers, you've got Ed Sheeran signed up as a player as number 17 this year. So that could be the key to unlock the door. Who knows?
So that could be the absolute difference. He might be a poacher. Who knows?
Exactly.
So yeah, for me, Ipswich are they're favourites for a reason when you look kind of around. 100 points is a possible, but I'm happy for them that they've kept McKenna and they didn't disgrace themselves in the Premier League last season, and good on them. So see what they can do this season. Interesting players in the Championship to fight and go back up.
Aaron, I know obviously you have gone for Sheffield United, but have you got any thoughts on Ipswich? Do you know?
Well, I think you know what, out of all of the relegated teams last year in the Premier, I actually enjoyed watching Ipswich the most week in, week out. I think McKenna is a wonderful manager. I just worry with, like you say, with Hutchinson off, Delap's gone. I worry with the turnover, and people say, like Sam just said, people say about the 100 points. Just because it's been done a couple of times now, I don't think that should be the expectation. I think people forget how hard the Championship is. It's people say it's like the best division in England to watch, isn't it? And I wouldn't go far past with that assumption, to be honest. Like I just think it's very, very competitive, and the champions will go up because they've had to fight every tooth and nail for a point, I think, especially this season.
Right. As we did on all the other shows. So, who do I come to first? Do you know what, Drita? I'll come to you. Who do you think your surprise package of a season will be in the Championship?
I think Coventry City. I think they're going to surprise a few people this season and be the unexpected team. Yeah, Coventry.
Sam?
I'm going to go with Derby County.
Good shout.
I just think off the back of them being so low last year, a couple of decent signings. Carlton Morris has gone in there. I know he didn't quite hit it for Luton last season, but still powerhouse, going to help him play. They've made some good signings. They've got behind Eustace a little bit. As things have settled down there a bit, they seem to be going in the right direction. They've also brought back a lad on loan from Crystal Palace that they had last season who got injured, who I love, David Ozo. Because they call him the Ozo Layer as a defensive midfielder. I just love that nickname. It's phenomenal. He's coming back again. I think Derby. I think they're a top half, potentially pushing towards playoffs. So I think there'll be a bit of a surprise for a few teams.
Aaron?
I was actually going to say Derby too, to be honest. So I'll switch up to be different, and I will say, you know what? I'm going to say Middlesbrough, because again we were talking about good sort of English coaches, and obviously Carrick is up there as well in that regard, in my opinion. So probably Middlesbrough. But I would have picked Derby, but to be different, I'm going to go Middlesbrough.
In the chat, we have got the other Aaron. He's put Oxford as his surprise package. Johnny has put Wrexham. I will come to yours in a second, Graham, because we are not on that question yet, but I will come to it. So, club with the most pressure on them. I'm going to come to you first on this one, Aaron. Who do you think?
Well, I guess it depends what we're defining as pressure, because probably pressure is in like off the field. You'd have to probably say Sheffield Wednesday at the minute.
yeah,
but,
of course.
But pressure on the field, you know what? To be a bit different with the way everyone seems to be going on about them a little bit, I would probably say switching to the point of, you know, are they going to deliver what people expect them to deliver? I think it's all well and good them having this squad, you know, but we've seen it at all levels in England last year. I keep going back to my experience in the National League last year with York. You know, they were trying to buy the way out of that National League last year and ended up blowing it in the end anyway. So I think just because you have this like superstar squad on paper, sometimes you have to get them to gel. And I think that can be the biggest challenge. And yeah, so I would say Ipswich are probably the team with the most pressure on them.
Very good shout. We'll quickly go to the chat. Fifey has put Sheffield United with the most pressure on them. Sam, I'm going to come to you. Who do you think?
I think the most pressure could. I'm going to say something at the other end of the table, and I'm going to say I think Hull, just on the reason that I think their owner is a bit of a basket case. And I think he genuinely believes that they should be top 6. And I think that generates a crazy amount of pressure when the expectations of your owner to the actual reality of your situation are completely
Definitely.
On top of the fact they've got embargoes, they can't buy anybody at this point anyway either. So I just think that, that kind of pressure will mean that even if like Hull are doing okay by our standards, he'll be thinking, oh, we're miles off where we need to be and we'll create chaos.
Yeah.
So I would say Hull for that reason.
Very good shout. Dreety, have you got one?
I would say Leicester. I think just because of like recent history, they've always been seen as like a Prem team. Like you look at Leicester, you think, oh, Premier Leagues. I think for them to bounce back and to be back in the Prem, I think there's going to be a bit of pressure on them to deliver this season.
Yeah, I completely agree. This one was actually going to be mine as well, because I feel like the amount of money they've spent, and I don't know if it's just this podcast, but a lot of people as well are tipping them to obviously do very well this season. Birmingham, so they are another one I feel could have a lot of pressure on them. But Sam, first manager to be sacked. Are we all in agreement? We think it's going to be Watford.
Watford. Paolo, I don't even. Yeah, they probably won't even have time to learn his surname properly before he's been moved on.
We don't get attached to Watford, do we, in the managers?
And it's probably not far off. It's the potential, you know, Watford this season. Like, I don't know. Again, I think another one, expectations high they are. So yeah, I'm going to go for Watford.
Treaty, have you got one? Are you in
I'd
agreement?
Say, I'm just going to say Watford.
What about you, Aaron?
I'm actually gonna say Mark Robbins at Stoke, and I don't think it'll necessarily be because they're in any sort of trouble. I don't think him as a sort of manager fits what I think the Stoke like profile is. So I can't see it working.
Yeah. Right. I love this question so much. Top goal scorer. Treaty, have you got any who you think will be top goal scorer?
Cameron Archer at Southampton. I think he's going to be really good this season. I have like full faith that he's going to like crack on this season.
Sam?
Ed Sheeran. To be fair, I think Dreety's spot. I think Archer is looking a good potential. I wouldn't. Stansfield maybe is an outside shot. It's funny won the top goal scorer because you look the last couple of years. I know P-Rail won it last year for Leeds, but season before that was Smodic. Blackburn were nowhere, and Boyer Science was close. It's not always a team that go up, is it? It's someone that kind of, you know. But why not? I'll say Stansfield to be different.
Aaron.
People are going to be thinking I'm smoking some absolutely serious drugs with this show here, but I love an underdog story. I love the idea of a career resurrection. So with that, I'm going to say new boy at Derby County, and I'm going to go at Ryan Brewster. I really want him to have a good season because I just think he's had an awful time over the last couple of years with injuries and inconsistency that I think I just would love to see him explode for one season, you know, and get to that sort of potential.
I love this question because there's a lot of shouts. But do you know what? I'm going to go with Schmodix. I just feel like he's done it before. So, yeah, I'm going to go with him. But that is the Championship covered. But of course, there was a lot more football over the weekend, and we will start in League One. So, Drita, I will come to you about Bradford in a second, but is there any of the other results on here that you thought were good? Did you see any of the highlights or any that you were like, oh, that looked like a good game?
Plymouth Barnsley. I think that was mental seeing that. Obviously, I saw some of the highlights. Obviously, Barnsley went down to 10 men with former Bradford loanee Jack Shepherd. Annoyed that he's still at Barnsley. I wish he was back with us, but it is what it is. But yeah, they obviously Barnsley getting a really good 3 points against Plymouth. You think it was going to be a really tough game because obviously Plymouth coming down, but yeah, fair play to Barnsley for getting 3 points. Obviously, that journey from Barnsley to Plymouth, like that's not a fun journey at all. So fair play to them for obviously all the fans for making that journey as well. But yeah, good start for Barnsley. That.
I love this from Graham as well. Match result graphics. We are so back. We are. And yes, Luke is fuming. Luke is fuming because there's no draws. It loves a good 0-0 draw, Luke. And speaking of Luke, I actually said this as well in our group chat. I was like, wow, just 2 teams let us down. Stevenage and Barnsley, what are you doing getting them away wins?
And Barnsley got a pasty as well when they were down there and still couldn't, give them respect. Outrageous.
I know. Just looking at the chat quickly with their results of the weekend. Leyton Orient getting done 3-0. Simon, that was a hell of a long trip for Barnsley. It was. Aled really liking the match result graphics this season. That is thanks to Sam, our graphic / Love Island man. Isaac, Charlton straight back down. Go on, Aaron.
Can I just touch upon the game that I watched on TV this weekend from League One, which was Stockport Bolton, because I seen Claire's tweet about it and I thought it was completely fair. Actually, I think 2-0 was the weirdest scoreline for that game I've ever seen, because on another day, Bolton probably could have scored 2 or 3. I actually don't think Stockport played as well as I think they will do this season either. But that's interesting, isn't it?
I agree with you, Aaron.
I think that's a sign of a good team, though, isn't it? When you don't play well, but you can still pick up results. And I think if I'm a Stockport fan, I'm infused with that aspect. Obviously, I think it'll take Nathan Lowe a little bit of time to get used to his surroundings, because I think he got half an hour, didn't he, on the game, and I didn't think he managed to get himself too involved. But yeah, I thought Bolton were a little bit unlucky, to be honest.
Did you want to, have you got Claire's match report, Sam? Did you want to read it out while we're on the Stockport Bolton game?
I have indeed. She did request me to do it in her accent, which I won't do.
She should have sent it to me. I'm the perfect one. I've got the same accent.
Hey up. So here we go. Right, so she says, here we go. As soon as the game starts, no, I should do it in Claire's actual way, isn't it? The journey at Stockport has been amazing. I can't believe we're here from where we've come from, where we're in the Northern Second Premier League in 1967. We've made it. We're in League One. This is the year. Challoner. Oh, Charlie. Oh my God, Charlie. So on to the match. As soon as the game started, Bolton were the better team straight away. We were very scrappy. Not for a combination of the woodwork, poor finishing, and Corey Adai making some outstanding saves. We would have been dead and buried. We were literally saying we were lucky to be headed into half-time level when Malik Mothersill put us 1-0 up with a good finish, though Bolton will be disappointed they didn't clear the ball. Second half, we were better, but pretty much in second gear, not much more. We sat back and soaked up the pressure, again with the assistance of shite finishing. The woodwork and Corey Adai, who was our man of the match. Then in the 89th minute, Danny Andrew, who had only been on for a few minutes, put a pinpoint ball in from a free kick for Carl Wootton to get us a second. On another day, we would have been battered, but I'm not concerned. Game week 1, there's so much more to come. Nathan Lowe looked like he'll be a nuisance to defenders when he came on, and I had to say wow about Ollie Norwood. What a player he is. He's an absolute joy to watch, and my early prediction is he'll be our player of the season if he stays fit. Love ya, Claire.
Aww. Love that. Sam, have you got any you want to talk about, or did you catch any of the games?
Yeah, sort of few. I touched quickly on the Plymouth Barnsley one from just the other side, because I know Dreety covered it, but Plymouth's defending was just unbelievable. They made their own downfall. All 3 of the goals were calamitous. It's like the 3 centre-backs had never kind of spoken to each other, and I think Cleverly mentioned it afterwards and said we got some work to do defensively. But I like the look of Caleb Watts. He scored a very good goal in that game, and I think he was. I think he'll be a problem. So that's a bit of a positive for them to take. But yeah, defensively they were dreadful. And I suppose the other one was Huddersfield taking Leyton Orient apart 3-0, of which my quote of the week from Leyton Orient's manager was, "I apologise to our fans. That performance was boring and immature." which is just what you want to hear from your manager on the opening day, isn't it? So hopefully better for Leyton Orient fans. But yeah, Huddersfield smashed it in, of course, with the greatest legendary goalkeeper in charge now, Lee Grant, as well, taking the helm with them this season. So they look like they gelled really, really well, and I think everyone had Huddersfield pretty high in their predictions, and that result probably no surprise. But I thought they looked very good.
This one as well. I do agree with Simon.
It was. I agree.
Wow.
For an opening fixture, and everyone sat there going on, and then I looked at it, and it was one shot, wasn't it, after 60 minutes? My God.
Honestly, people say do not wish your life away, but that is 90 minutes of my life I will never, ever, ever get back. And I know, obviously, you wanna watch football, and no matter what kind of football it is, you love it.
You were used to that last season with Rochdale anyway, weren't you?
Oh, Rochdale was more exciting. You saw that Southend game when we bottled it. It was exciting. Don't get me wrong. It was heartbreaking, but it was a lot more exciting than that.
I always just have to give you a weekly reminder, it's just my job.
I reminded myself, remember, because at the beginning I actually said to you, how's life back in the EFL? So I was being nice. This is what you do to me, Aaron. I'm only joking. The own goal was goal of a season contender already. Yes. Graham in the comments has put the return of Barnsley, Bolton and Huddersfield. Oh, I've missed this. I love you, Charlotte. I know. Do not worry. I'm used to it now. You'll all be shocked when I have lessons in learning how to talk posh and I pronounce my H's. Sean has put, we defended shit and went 2-0 down at half time. 1 minute into the second half, it became 3, but we did make sure Wigan didn't get a clean sheet. So, Sean, if anybody doesn't know who has come into it, he is a Northampton fan. And he's very, very unhappy because a lot of our team did have them to get relegated in their predictions. So, sorry. But, Dreety, we have been waiting for this. I mean, last season, so exciting on that final day. Yeah. You're finally back in League One. How is it?
Brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. Come back to me in a couple of weeks, though. We'll see what happens. But for now, it's brilliant. I have written a match report, so be prepared. Obviously, great return to League One for us. We couldn't have asked for a better start. After 6 minutes on score sheet, Anthony Sarcevic, obviously, starting the new season how we ended the last one. Controversial. Yeah. I know some people saying on goal, some people saying his. I'm going to give it to him. It's his. And then Bobby Poynton scoring after 13 minutes, one of our own. Obviously, loved it when he scored. He knows what it means to be a Bradford fan, and for him to get on the score sheet, honestly, unbelievable. The attendance was 19,604, which was 11 fans less than Cardiff's, and they got top attendance. Yeah, I know. I'm fuming. We could have been top 11 fans. I'm fuming.
Wow.
But, yeah.
We could have pretended.
Yeah, do a recount.
We want a recount right now.
But yeah, we could have had a third goal, to be fair. Stephen Humphries, my God, what a player he is. Like, he was incredible. Literally, he did everything right apart from scoring a goal. I felt so bad for him. And obviously, Anthony Sasovic's goal, it was a cross from him that the keeper palmed away. And then Sas obviously scored with his head. And it was just like, he could have had so many more chances. It was just unlucky for him that day. Josh Nerfill, cracking player. My word, he's a phenomenal player. Like, all of our fans were like, wow, he is rapid. Like, just pacing down the wing, mental. Honestly, Andy won player of the match, so massively deserved. Honestly, he was honestly unbelievable. And obviously, Wickham didn't have Richard Coney, which a lot of our fans were worried about, including me. I did not want him to play, but he wasn't in the team. He wasn't on the bench. There's rumours of him going to Swansea, so thank God. But I think if he played, we would have struggled massively. And yeah, obviously, first game back in League One after 6 years, it felt right at that point. It just felt good. And yeah, 3 points under our belt, and we've got Northampton away. So, Sean, be prepared.
Sean, watch
be
your back,
prepared. Yeah, I'm very excited for Saturday. Yeah, very excited for Saturday. But yeah, this was a very good start for us, and obviously to get off the mark in this league. I think I've said it before, this league is very, very strong this year. So to get 3 points already, it's good. And obviously, like you said, Graham, about the momentum from last season, we've brought that in. Obviously, Graham Alexander signed a new contract recently. Bobby Poynton signed a new contract today, which I'm very, very happy about. So I think we've got a lot of the players from last season who understand everything. And I think our squad is pretty much good enough to do well this season. But I'm not going to jinx us. But I'm just happy with this result for the minute.
Sean has asked as well, are you going on Saturday? I would have gone, but unfortunately I'm at home of a roundabout with my local cricket club.
Unfortunately not, because the tickets were sold out. So I'll be watching from home, but one day I will get there. One day.
Do you operate on like a loyalty basis for away tickets or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like on a points basis. So a lot of our fans go to many, many games, so they'll get like top priority. But I know a lot of people who are going, and they're very, very excited for that, because we are quite loud when we go to Northampton. We kind of pack it. We are sold out as well in the away end, so it's just going to be a mental atmosphere on Saturday.
There was a small part of me that wanted Bradford to stay right where they were last year, just so I could come back to Valley Parade, because it's one of my favourite grounds in England. Like, it's unbelievable.
I love it.
Thank you. Now we needed to get out of League Two. That was it. We had to get out of League Two. That was it.
Don't worry. You stay up and we'll go up in the playoffs again, eh?
Exactly.
That's how we'll do it.
Exactly.
Oh, this is nice. You're all fantastic people and great sports indeed. Smiling faces, knowledgeable facts and figures. Sam's jokes and match of the day.
Is this another rock stuff on?
Is that old and be on the watershed? Is that what he means by that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Thank you anyway.
Graham thinks you should get tickets as well because of your Her Game 2 work. Love that.
Maybe one day. Nah, I'll definitely come to Northampton one day. But yeah, I think, like I said, a lot of my friends are going down, so they're proper buzzing for it. And obviously, first away day back, it's going to be a good atmosphere.
Right, I know it is very early at the moment, but we will have a look at the table. So top of the table, let's stop it there because I had them to finish as champions. Season is over now. So Huddersfield Town are top, obviously on 3 points. Barnsley a second, also on 3 points. Do you know what? I'm just not even going to save the points at the minute. Wigan Athletic a third, Lincoln City a fourth, Stockport County a fifth, and Stevenage a sixth. And then in a relegation battle, all on no points, we have Plymouth Argyle, Bolton Wanderers, Reading, and Leyton Orient.
Shocking, isn't it?
Very, very early.
But I did get a clip for Dreety of Bradford top of the league after the opening minutes. I was like, go, they're top.
I literally saw it. I was like, oh my god, that's it. And then when we went down, I was like, oh, great. But yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Bless Sean celebrating because they're not in red. See, Sean, there you go. So, do you know what? I will come to you in a second about Oldham, Aaron. But any other games you want to talk about on here?
You know what? I'll start with Salford, considering they're already making me feel. They're already making me feel a bit nervous because last week I put them as my playoff winners just because out of desperation. I think. However, look, I think that's a really, really bad result for Salford, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm not going to over dramatize week number 1, but they obviously they had a penalty save early doors as well, Salford, and they just didn't produce anything from what I've seen on the highlights. Like they couldn't string passes together in the final third, and Crew were not brilliant, but one thing they were was efficient, and they were efficient, ruthless, and got the job done. And yeah, hopefully it's just a few early season nerves for Salford, and they don't leave me with complete egg on my face.
Do you know what I've noticed?
Go on.
Accidentally, I've done the right result, but I thought if Oldham have lost and MK Dons have won, and I swear, I did not need to do that.
Sam, I want to speak to HR. I want to speak to HR. She's done that on purpose.
She's locked the cells in the. I can't change anything. It's going to be read every week, apparently.
I'm so sorry. Genuinely, as well, I would admit if I did that on purpose. Really?
No, you know what it is. I'll give you
every team to put in red row. It had to be Oldham.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because I know you always fight Oldham's corner secretly on here for me. So
I do.
Yeah, I'll let you off with that one. Other little results that surprised me. I think Newport getting a 1-1 draw at home to Notts County is a very, very good result, especially considering I think we all have Newport to go down. So yeah, it's that was an interesting one. But can I get on to my very, very quick match report from our game? Because
go on then. I'll big screen so I've done the colour scheme wrong.
Nothing really happened in the game itself, but we defensively we were more physical than MK Dons. We wanted the 50-50s more, and I think this with MK Dons, I think what we spoke about last week is coming to the fore a bit here. I think it'll take them maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks to fire up because they looked like a team of a squad of superstars that don't know how to play as a team just quite yet. And that's the feel I got from them. Regan Ogle got home that night and emptied his pockets. He found his wallet, his car keys, and Hepburn Murphy in his back pocket. So we'll take that. We'll take that. And we probably had. I mean, it was a game of half chances. I don't think there was an actual shot on target from either side. So half chances. We probably had the better of the half chance. Kane Drummond spun his man quite well on the edge of the box and then just dragged a shot wide in the first 10 minutes. But for the balance of fairness and for people not to say that I'm biased, I think the referee missed one of the biggest stonewall penalties you will ever see this season. I don't know whether you guys have seen it, right? But Aaron Collins is running through 1-on-1 and our defender, Devon Daniels, just goes straight through the back of him. I don't know what part of the ball he played, but the ref gave a corner. So I was there watching it on TV. I was like, oh no, because I thought it was a red card as well because he would have been last man. I was thinking, oh no. And then the ref stuck his hand out, stuck it to the corner, and I celebrated like a goal. So yeah, we got away with one big time. The referee himself was very, very poor for both games. I'll be honest, I thought I was going to get a bit of an improvement with the referees at EFL level, but I've been to 2 games. Well, I've watched 2 games now, the MK Dons game and the Aki game on Tuesday, and both referees have been absolutely shite. So I think standard of refereeing in England just must be on the floor, if I'm being honest. But in terms of an absolute result, I will take that, get the point on the board early doors. And I said to you, didn't I, going into it, if you're going to play MK Dons, you want to have them at like the first maybe 2-3 games of the season when they're not firing, and we'll get some confidence from that going into our first home game at Boundary Park, hopefully in front of about 8,000 fans at Boundary Park on Saturday, which should be good fun. Colchester at home, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
love that. How's life back in the EFL, Ben?
You know what?
Enjoying it already?
It's really nice, and I know it sounds so sort of simple, but like to actually go to like grounds with teams that have history that you've actually heard about, do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to some of the teams that we dealt with in the last 3-4 years at the national level, but it's such a difference. I've gone from going from Solihull Moors on a Tuesday night to potentially going to Chesterfield on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? It's such a big step up, and And like, I'm one of these fans. Obviously, there's some Oldham fans that have certain level of expectation to maybe us try and get us to compete again in the playoffs this season. But people can call me a happy clapper for all they want. I don't really care. I'm just happy to be back in the league again, watching EFL football and competing. You know, in my opinion, if we finish like 13th, 14th this season and go on a little mini FA Cup run, I'll snap your hand off for that now. Like, you know, and then we can build on that next season. So yeah, just really, really happy to be back. And
I'm glad we don't. Jesus Christ, I'm glad we don't have them now.
Listen, I'll go to a tea room in Harrogate to make up for it first, so I'll be all right. So yeah, but yeah, really happy to be back, of course.
Speaking of Harrogate, though, I mean, beating Bristol Rovers 1-0. A lot of people in the chat have said that is their result of the week for them. I know a lot of us did have Harrogate to go down and Bristol Rovers to do relatively well. I know it is only game week 1, so we will not get carried away. But very good away from home as well for them. What about you, Sam? Any that you want to talk about or any that stand out?
One I want to talk about was Fleetwood winning 2-0 at Barnet.
Yes.
I think that was a real good result for Pete Wild's side, and I think Fleetwood maybe gone under some radars in some sort of early predictions. But the bit that caught my attention, I do love a good post-match press conference quote from the manager, and I had one for League One, and my League Two's even better because Dean Brennan's not happy with their new goalkeeper.
No, he's not.
Oh, by the way, what is he doing?
Yeah, it's a fair point. You know, he's had an absolute mare. He got dwelt on the ball and
he did it twice. The first time he got away with it.
He got away with it, and then secondly he got punished for it. And Brennan's not had it. He said at the end of the day, he's put in that performance, not me. Their goalkeeper made saves when he had to. I mean, talk about throwing him under the bus as well. But I mean, Aaron's right. It was just an absolute moment of stupidity. But yeah, I think
the number 2 must be licking his lips at Barnet now.
Yeah, this is it. This guy's one mistake away, and he's in some serious trouble. But I think for Fleetwood to go there and to win there, Barnet high on confidence going up. I think people tipping them to be a bit of trouble. That's a really good. I think anybody who wins on the opening day away from home is a really, really positive result because every home crowd is bouncing, they make it twice as difficult on the opening day to go away from home and get a result, and to do it and to get a clean sheet as well, I think is a real positive. So yeah, Fleetwood for me, one of the better performances, and then just the other one, Walsall needed that late drama goal to give them something after the last season, which is going to still be a headache and a heartache for so long as well. Like, you know, that they needed that, and for it to sort of come so late. And I think
was about to say that as well from Joshua.
They've reacted, you see. There you go.
Yeah.
enough's enough already for that keeper. But and then Holloway wasn't happy afterwards. Some fan or something throwing a chair or something, whether he was on about.
What?
And I think Holloway said, he said he's going to hunt him down.
Yeah, he won't happy at all.
The quote again was something like, "I love human beings. Human beings are great, but the idiot who threw a chair, I'm going to come and find you," or something like that. Was typical Holloway.
He went. You should never be allowed to come back to a football stadium again. And if you think you're going to come back here, you've got other things to think about.
Do you know what, right, Sam? I've really enjoyed this. I think we need to make that on every single one of our podcast shows, a segment, manager's quote of the week. We need to find one. I think that would be brilliant.
I think they'd be so good. And they're so much, to be honest, they're so much better at EFL level because apparently, you know, they go straight out, and it's the fines and the rest of it. Everything's too cliche, isn't it? Half the time, it's kind of it was a game of 2 halves, and that should be banned. There should be one thing that should be banned. There should be a list of phrases you cannot say in a post-match press conference.
The team that scores more goals will win the game.
Yeah, this is it. We defended well until we didn't. Well, yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think manager quote of the week. I think Holloway's going to be pretty much a regular feature, if I'm honest.
What I think we should do, we should all pick one in one of our shows and then put them out as a vote on our socials and get everybody to vote for, out of the 4 quotes that we have in all 4 of our shows, whose was the best one.
Absolute
we'll have
quote of the week.
Yes. I feel like Jim wouldn't be in there because he doesn't really say much, but I feel like we'd have a few Mark White ones from Dorking, 100%. Like the non-league ones, I think they would give us some comedy gold.
Oh, there'd be some real good ones there. There's no doubt about it. That'll probably win most weeks, to be honest.
Oh, Drita, I didn't come to you. Any standouts? I'm so sorry because you're League One now. You don't care about this league.
I'd probably say Grimsby and Crawley. Obviously, I am going to mention Grimsby a lot this season, so you might get sick of me of it. But yeah, Jamie Walker made his debut after 77 minutes, so I'm very, very delighted for him. But yeah, Grimsby off to a flying start. Obviously, I believe they're top of the league. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they are. So yeah, cracking start for them, honestly. Yeah, they're exactly what they needed just to get off the front foot. And yeah, I tipped them to do well in the playoffs, I believe. So hopefully that'll happen this season. Fingers crossed. Just for Jamie Walker. That's it.
Very good manager in David Artell as well. I always rave about him. He's somebody who I've always loved the style of football that he plays. David Artell. I think he's very, very good. So yeah, I'm secretly rooting for Grimsby as well. So don't worry, I don't get sick of you anyway, but I definitely won't. But the League 2 table, again, won't go into too much detail because obviously it's game week 1. But top of the table, like Drita did say, we have Grimsby Town, Crewe Alexandra is 2nd, Fleetwood Town are 3rd, Walsall are 4th, Cambridge United are 5th, Chesterfield, they are 6th, and Harrogate Town are 7th, all on 3 points. And then in the relegation zone, we have both on 0 points, by the way. Barnet are 23rd and Crawley Town are 24th. And that's football done. Woo. We have done it, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, we were supposed to have quite a big team tonight, but unfortunately some of them did have to drop out. So we did it. We smashed it. I feel like we were a dream team tonight, and we've got very happy Charlton fans because they didn't expect what obviously our predictions said. So I'm very happy. But Drita, someone who's very, very happy always, where can everybody find you and your amazing work on the socials?
So you can find my personal work, Drita_HGT, and that's on Twitter. My Her Game 2 stuff is HGT_BCFC, and that's on Twitter and Instagram. I actually did a podcast episode with Danny for his Northampton Town podcast, so that'll be out, I believe, tomorrow. So yeah, that was very exciting to talk Bradford City ahead of the game against Northampton on Saturday. But yeah.
Love that. And just very quickly as well, we are playing Boreham Wood, and I am really gutted because you all know as Charlton fans how much I wanted Aaron Henry. So you just know, because so many people are bigging us up, we are going to lose 1-0 and it'll be an Aaron Henry free kick. Just saying. But yes, I agree with this as well, what Graham said.
Thank you.
Sam, what a legend for coming on last minute. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can everybody find you and all the amazing content that you are doing?
It's no problem. It's great to come and join and chat with you. Just my long list of all the preparation stuff I've got to do is fine. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll find the moment. Don't you worry. Yeah, I am at Sam Absolute FBL on the socials, chatting football and all sorts. And I do have my own YouTube channel at Sam Absolute EFL, where I've been doing League 1 and League 2, almost like a stat pack after match reviews. I'm looking to try and do them through the week. So there's League 1 and League 2 I've got up there. Big challenge this weekend, though, because the Championship's being chucked in as well. And again, I need to find some more time to do all of these things. I just need to work out how I don't need to sleep. And then I think we'll be all right in kind of covering everything. But no, all very good, very exciting to be here on the lower league show. And I'm not going to Love Island, but I couldn't be dealing with that. I'll just be sat at the bar. Just leave me alone. You'll go over there by the pool. Just leave me alone, and I'll be happy.
They only get 2 drinks tonight, so you might struggle with that.
Oh no, I'll have to use up all my coupons early.
Just wanted to say thank you as well to Johnny. Again, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting as well. I mean, you're always saying thank you to us, which is so lovely, but you continue to support every single show, everybody in the chat, and we really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Aaron, where can everybody find you?
So my personal X account is Aaron Diskin1. I tend to just reshare all of our stuff now on there. And if you want to hear me rant and give my less PG thoughts about Oldham Athletic throughout the season, then that's probably where you can find me. My more professional outlet is OAFC DLO on X, because like I mentioned last week, I've gone into the position at the football club now as the disabled liaison officer. So I'm doing a lot of work with for disabled facilities and stuff at the football club there. So we've got that coming on. And if you wanted a little bit more podcast from me this week, on Saturday, I've got a guest appearance coming out with Beyond the Bar Side at Colchester United's podcast ahead of our game with them on Saturday afternoon at Boundary Park. So yeah.
Love that.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that.
This made me laugh. You've got a new name now. This could be a segment. Aaron Dissing.
Just pick one person a week.
Yeah. I think it's me this week with your little digs at us being in non-league still.
Listen, I do it because I know you can handle it. You know, it's all love, yeah.
You know, I do. I know. But of course, if anybody does want to find me, I am SharXREFC, and that is on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. My Her Game 2 stuff as well is Rochdale HGT on all of those socials. And of course, just bear with me a moment because I forgot to get the graphic up. There we go. We are the Absolute Football Podcast, and we did win Best New Content Creator at the FCAs. And we are on Twitter, Absolute Ball Pod, YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast, TikTok, Absolute Football Pod, Instagram, Absolute Football Podcast _ Blue Skies, Absolute Football, and on Facebook, we are the Absolute Football Podcast. And we do not just have one, but we do now have 4 live shows a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all at 8:30. On a Monday, I'm so excited to talk about it. Might not be after Saturday, but we will be back to our usual format for Absolutely Non-League show with myself and obviously the rest of the amazing team and NL Full-Time, because it is a collaboration. We'll be talking about all the games from the weekend. All 3 leagues are back, which is obviously National League North, National League South. Absolutely Premier League is back on Tuesday with Sam and the team, and I believe we will be talking through our Premier League predictions.
Whoa.
It is season preview Premier League prediction and new graphics. I can confirm Lucas has sent me his picture, and we have the new Premier League graphics as well. So double excitement for Tuesday.
Love that. I think, if I believe rightly, Freya and Team Chaos on a Wednesday will still be taking a break because obviously women's football, it isn't start of the season yet. And of course, they were absolute troopers during the Women's Euros.
Well,
they deserve a break, don't they, Sam?
Oh, they did so much, to be fair. They did an absolute cracking job. So, yeah, I believe this is the second of their 2-week break next week. And then I think they're back the week after talking transfers, etc. So, yeah, we're letting Freya and Paul's vocal cords rest, if nothing else, I think.
Bless them. And then obviously next Thursday, I am back with the amazing lower league team. We'll be doing similar to the other shows, obviously, our usual, talking about results, any news and games, and obviously the EFL Championship, League One and League Two will all be covered there. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone. And please stay tuned because there's lots of exciting things coming out on the Absolute Football Podcast. We have been recording a lot of stuff, as you've all seen, for Women in Football series. Drita has been co-hosting with me on that one. I've had Ben, and we've got some amazing guests. You're not going to get anything out of me, Bo. It's all a secret. But it will be, obviously, on very, very soon. And like always, just thank you so much for your support. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. And again, hope all of your teams win, apart from Aaron's.
There we go.